What's up guys? In this video I want to show you how you can use your Bushnell or Foresight launch monitor to get a little bit of putting data to help you whether you take it to the putting green at the golf course or just use a mat at home. You can get some useful information out of it, and so I'm going to show you how to set that up and what you can do just using your launch monitor alone, and then I'm just going to demonstrate how these launch monitors work when you're using them with simulation software, because they are one of the best at giving you realistic putting on a simulator. Whether it's helpful or not, that's up to you, but let me show you how we get started. All right, so basically this is how I've got this putt set up. I am using a laser to kind of project a line that is about one ball to the right outside of the hole there, and then I have placed a couple pieces of masking tape onto my mat here, and then just marked with a Sharpie where the laser goes over the tape. And then I've got my GCQuad here positioned so that the ball is right in the middle of the hitting area. Like I said, this will work with a GC3 or a Bushnell Launch Pro. Let me go ahead and turn the lights off just so you can see a little bit better with the laser. So I got most of the lights off. That might show you a little bit better kind of where this is aimed, and I've just got the tape going right down the line. Now you will need to place a fiducial, one of those reflective stickers, right in the top center of your putter face. This would be 1-dot mode for the putter, and they don't really advertise this, but it does pick up some club data with your putter. So just take one of those reflective stickers and put it top center. All right, so once that's set up, you're going to use your reflective alignment stick and just place it directly over the lines that you drew with the Sharpie, which should be right down your laser line, and let your launch monitor lock onto it. Once you're satisfied, just pick it up. Your alignment is locked in and you're pretty much ready to putt. I am going to go ahead and putt, leaving the laser on and all of this tape, but you can obviously pick that up. So let's just see what a putt does. Okay, so it gave me almost 1 degree into out and ½ a degree up on my angle of attack. Launch angle was 0, and I pushed it about ½ a degree to the right. So that's kind of what it will show you with 1-dot mode. Let's do a few more. This time I'm going to go ahead and turn the laser off. We don't need that anymore. And I'm just going to place it on the dot that I drew. Okay, that one basically neutral on the club path, a little bit higher on the angle of attack, 0.8 up, launch angle was 0, and a little bit of a push. So that is pretty typical for me. I really have to try to have an in to out putting path, or at least an inside backswing, and then finish inside. But a lot of times if I am out to in, that is no good. That one I felt a little bit on the toe, and there we go, 2 degrees out to in. Not a good stroke, but you know, I can see that. So it ended up starting almost dead straight. So as you can see, there is just a little bit of data that you can get with the launch monitor for putting. Now, whether that's worth setting up for you or not, I don't know. I mean, you can obviously just put a piece of tape down like a foot in front of your ball and make sure you're starting it and rolling it over that line. That works just as well. But if you have a putting mat at home, it may be just a little bit more fun to kind of set up the launch monitor next to it and kind of make sure that these minute numbers are kind of in line with what you'd expect. What you can't really get without a launch monitor is that angle of attack. So most people want an upward angle of attack with the putter face. That's not true in every case, but it is kind of an important piece of data to know with your putting, you know, whether you want it perfectly flat or you want a little bit of an upward angle of attack depending on the loft of your putter and your putting stroke. That's up to you, but that is some useful information that you can get with one of these launch monitors. Now, if you have a GCQuad or you're thinking about getting a GCQuad, they have an add-on called Essential Putting Analysis, which I think costs $2,500, and that opens up even more data for your putting with the GCQuad. It allows you to put up to 3 fiducials on your putter face, and you can get things like lie angle and face impact location on the putter face, probably a few others I don't remember off the top of my head. But it'll also show you more ball data, including like the amount of skid the ball has before it starts to roll forward. So I got a free trial for 30 days when I bought the GCQuad, and I enjoyed kind of tinkering with it, but ultimately I decided that, you know, that was a pretty expensive add-on, and I could see it mostly being beneficial for like fitting putters. It gets beyond, I guess, what would be really useful for trying to practice your putting, in my opinion. So, but good news is you can still use 1 fiducial and get some of this limited putting data, and you don't need a fiducial at all to putt on a simulator. So let me show you that now. All right, so here I am in GSPro. I am in practice mode, and I just went to putting green on the first hole just so I can demonstrate for you. And you know, when you play on a simulator, you can obviously take your time to align it with a laser and all that, but that's not really necessary at all. You know, I generally just drop the alignment stick basically where I think I'm going to aim, right down the center of my hitting strip, and that's good enough for me. You know, I'm not particularly worried about putting data when I'm playing. It's more just for fun, and you also do not need a fiducial. That will give you that same club data, but so you can take your time to align it perfectly if you want, so that you can get, you know, that information within 1 degree, but you don't have to have a fiducial at all on. So this one, we've got 18 feet, and in GSPro, I like to aim with the mouse and just kind of get it exactly where I think it should be, and then make my putt here on the mat dead straight. Now it always takes me a while to dial in speed. It takes me a couple of holes. So let's see. And it looks like the line was right, just a little bit short. So, you know, pretty accurate. Now, the other thing I wanted to just show you is that these Foresight and Bushnell launch monitors are so good. They just read the putt right in the hitting area. So it doesn't really matter what happens with the ball after it's outside of that hitting area. So the ball can fall off of the mat, it can hit bumps, doesn't really matter. It's only looking right here. That's just the way it works with the full swing as well. So I have this little putting ramp that lets it roll off the mat, but I'll show you. I'll just remove that, and it will fall about 1 inch as soon as it gets off the mat. It has no effect on the putt. I tried to hit that one a little harder, but let's see if I can make one. That one felt pretty good. There we go. So it is possible. Guys, hope that gave you a little bit more information if you are considering buying a launch monitor, just how these Foresight and the Bushnell Launch Pro launch monitors work when it comes to putting. You know, for me, personally, I don't worry about putting as much. It's more just for fun, making it, you know, part of the game, but they can be very accurate. Personally, I just think you're better off putting on a mat or going to the putting green and doing your typical putting practice like you normally would. You know, but I'd like to hear if some of y'all actually prefer or actually do serious putting practice on the simulator or with your launch monitor. I'd be curious to know. For me, I guess, other than just getting some repetitions of trying to make good strokes, you know, it's just for fun. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Thanks.